Fiona lives in Winnipeg, visited sister in Calgary, drove this far, used this much fuel. What's the fuel economy? 2 marks for that. I feel like that's too much. 153.54, so you got to go liters divided by the distance you drove. Okay, that gets multiplied by 100. So that's almost, you're almost there if you got it that far. You divide, but don't forget to multiply by 100. And this actually wasn't too bad. What units am I using here? Liters per 100 kilometer. Some of you had dollars, some of you had like, it was all over the place. And that's okay, right? That happens. You would lose half a mark. That's what you would lose. If you don't have that, you lose half a mark. So if half a mark is important to you, make sure that's the case, okay? Fiona's planning a trip to, from Calgary to Vancouver. The distance between the cities is this. Sure. How many liters of fuel will she need for this trip? Now that you have the fuel economy per 100 kilometers, you can figure this out. X number of liters. Cross multiply and divide, right? Show your work. I know that every teacher does proportions differently. I know that. But I like, at this point, you just need to have a quick way of doing that. Okay? That's 111.85 liters, because it's 849. Okay? Rounds to 85. That would be your answer there. You get 1 mark for setup, 1 mark for actually solving it correctly. If fuel costs $1.25, how much does it cost Winnipeg to Vancouver? So you take your liters and you multiply it by the price. So it's, I have it right here. That's 330. This can't be. Sorry. I'm misreading this, right? Hold on. Winnipeg to Calgary, we're driving there. It's this much. You got your fuel economy. Then it is Calgary to Vancouver. So you go Winnipeg to Calgary, then Calgary to Vancouver. Use this many liters. How much would it be from Winnipeg to Vancouver? So tricky. Mr. Dirksen, that's not fair. Winnipeg to Calgary, right? Then we went from Calgary to Vancouver. So there's, right? So now we want to know how much fuel was it from Winnipeg all the way to Vancouver? So total trip. So I need to figure out, I need to add my liters. I used 153.54, and then we used 111.85. So you need to add up those two amounts in liters and then multiply it by 1.25. So that is 265.39 times 1.25. So that would have been 331.74. It's actually not bad. But that's only one way. If you want to come back, double that, right? More or less. So 660. 1 mark for figuring out that. What happens if I didn't add, Mr. Dirksen? If I just went 111? Take off half a mark today. If you missed that, the part where you have to add your previous amounts. And now we're talking insurance. Dildeep insured his vehicle under the following policy: $200 deductible, $5 million third-party liability, and he chooses loss of use coverage. Explain one change that he could make to reduce the insurance premium. Be very specific. You can. What would you have to do to the deductible to reduce your premium? What's the premium, Mr. Dirksen? That's how much you have to pay for insurance on a monthly or yearly basis. What do I do to the deductible? Increase it or decrease it? Does anybody remember? Ariana? Increase it. If you increase the deductible, If you increase the deductible, your premium goes down because it means you pay more out of the claim if you ever make one. Do you always pay the deductible? Only if you're at fault. If you do ChatGPT that one, it will say you always pay. It's not true. Not in Manitoba, at least. So, but I said, does Manitoba, I actually typed in ChatGPT, Manitoba, do you always pay? And it says yes, right? So you have to be careful. It's not always true. Third-party liability, you can reduce third-party liability, or you can deny, like opt out of loss of use. Loss of use is the rental. Like you can say, I don't want a rental, but I would say get a rental if you need it to get to work, because in the winter, you can be waiting 1 or 2 months to get your car back because they're so backed up. Unfortunately, loss of use only covers 1 month of rental insurance, so that's a bit of a problem. Nico got into an accident and tells his friend about it. Daniel says, oh no, you will have to pay the deductible in order to fix it. Is the statement accurate? Explain. It's not accurate. You only pay the deductible if you are at fault. Okay? And there's your another table. I'm just going to tell you what that is, okay? 400 here because we add 350 and 50, and it stays 400. Once you find your payment, it stays, okay? And then 5,000 minus 350 is 4,650. I used easy numbers, at least for the first row. And then for the second one here, you just go 400 minus 355, that's 45. And you go this minus that, which is 42.95. Just like that. 1 mark per row. And so this is out of 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 is 9. Yeah, so we're out of 9. Your first and last name at the top. To be honest, I will look more at completion today than actual marks. Actually, if you got it right or not, I still want you to put an honest mark on it, but we're not going to sweat it too much. The next one is the loans. I need to talk about loans because